Hi guys, very good morning, good afternoon, good evening, based on your location where you have joined. Welcome to today's webinar. And first of all, thank you so much for joining the webinar today. So my name is Abhishek and I am the IoT market analyst and core member of the business development team at Factana. So let me start with a very brief introduction about Factana. So we are a cognitive IoT company specialized in industrial automation solutions. We are providing IoT solutions to small and medium businesses, and we are located in India as well as in USA. We are the provider of Fogwing IIoT Platform, that is the next generation no-code IoT platform with an inbuilt IoT Analytics Studio. So going deeper into the webinar, I think Mr. Hari, who is the founder and chief architect of the company, will be explaining more about our product. Hari, over to you.
Hey, thank you, Abhishek. Hello there. Good evening, good morning, or wherever you're connected, and wherever you're watching after we posted this webinar on our YouTube video. So, so today, we wanted to focus more on, our data and IoT data and analytics. So, in the world of IoT, one side of it's about connecting to the devices and creating a cyber physical connection between the physical device to the cyber world. Other side of that is more important in collecting data and then understanding how the things are happening in and around, and understanding and coming up with some meaningful decision making out of the data. So the key success of the IoT is about how we are looking at the data and what value that we are arriving at the as outcome of the data. That's where the IoT data analytics is a critical feature and function that everyone should have access to. At the same time, when you're talking about analytics, it's a complex, it's a broader, a deeper, and complex. So technically, to build analytics solution required a lot of infrastructure knowledge, data knowledge, and also the metrics and arithmetic knowledge. And it is a complex and expensive process to invest and then see the data, then arriving the meaningful metrics out of that. So this is where something like Fogwing IIoT Analytics Studio, which is a pre-built no-code analytics software that can help business users to see the data and understand and come up with some metrics or meaningful insights out of that. So it's a more business friendly studio, more intended for business users as they may not understand the complexity behind IoT device and communication. They are more worried about the business data or the operational data. So this webinar and this demo is more basically to take our users, subscribers, to understand how they can enable the IoT Analytics Studio, how they can configure it, and how they can start seeing some insights about the data that generated by their devices. With that in the context, let's get into who we are, right? So we are Factana, as Abhishek talked about, and he talked about our company and things. More important is we have a set of products that we offer. So Fogwing is our brand name and the platform under which there are many different products that we are offering for a different scale. Our intention is to help our customers to build device management and automation faster, easier, and no code. So our way of looking at this connecting and collecting data, and we help customer to solve by analyzing the data, and then automating the process, automating the triggers or executions or actions out of the data. So this is where our core platform is focused on. Every product that we are building or every releases that we are making are more like addressing the need more deeper and broader aspect of that. So before we get into the product list of products and demo, I think I'm not going to spend too much time on the presentation. I'm going to jump into the demo very quickly, but I wanted to set the foundation clearly that we can understand what is this platform offering and how the platform has been set it up. The foundation here is the architecture, right? So this is the core of the platform. So we are running as a cloud services. The entire platform is running on top of the cloud services. We are securely hosted our platform on Azure cloud, and completely hosted and managed by us. So it's already in the scalable, highly scalable infrastructure, and available across different regions and things like that. On top of that, on top of the core Azure infrastructure, we have created our platform as a core of IoT platform that comes with the core IoT device management capability, like a device connection, device configuration, authorization, security, and data processing, all of them together. Instead of going and building individually in other cloud services, everything is coming in a single click or few clicks for you in a single console to manage all of them. So it reduces lots and lots of effort in building the IoT connectivity part or device management features. So all of them is inbuilt with that, inbuilt with storage, inbuilt with jobs, inbuilt with alerts, all of them. On top of the platform, we have created and continuously investing and creating intelligent services. When you say that intelligent services, from the time series metrics collection, data, metrics, applying analytical, comprehensive analytical views and comparative data, and collecting industrial metrics very specific to the industrial standard metrics like OEE, OTE, those kind of a metrics collection. Then enhancing our customers to leverage the AI machine learning capability by underlying layer. So we are also working on building more and more recommendation services, which are under in the phase of evolving, and eventually we will be launching that functionality for our subscribing customers pretty soon. On top of that, customer can come and build their applications. So we already built applications. On top of that, anybody can build applications in our platform, as long as aware of the how to make solutions on top of that. So this is our core architecture, core of our platform, how the platform has been set it up. So every product, every customer coming and leveraging our platform, they will have a highly secure, scalable environment. They have the core IoT capabilities, and they also get the intelligence capability out of the box on that. So in terms of our product portfolio, so we are categorizing as a two different bucket. One is build versus buy. So this is a very common question in IoT space, whether should I build my IoT solution or should I buy IoT solution that already exist. So it depends upon the business, depends upon the customer environment and their business model. So we are providing both here. So one is customer can come and build their own IoT solutions using our platform, our core IoT platform, as well as our Analytics Studio, which is more like a build your own IoT solution that you are seeing in the left side of that, where we provide the IoT device management capability and analytics, and customizing that according to customers' need on their own. And then other side of that, customer may not have a what is IoT, they may not know what is IoT, how IoT works, they may not worried about that, they just want to buy a product and use it. So this is more like a domain focused. So we are very focused on industry, especially on industry 4.0, and we are focusing more on creating applications based on the IoT. So one of the early product that we launched was the environment monitoring, or kind of a air quality monitoring on the manufacturing or heavy production environment, for identifying the pollution and employee worker safety, things like that. So Fogwing Eco is our environment monitoring solution, which comes with a 5-in-1 sensor and 7-in-1 sensor to understand the air quality of the working environment, as well as the air pollution level of the environment, the outdoor environment. And then we are also heavily working on that, and we have a manufacturing special solution called S Factory. This is completely built on the AI based intelligent systems, and that is our upcoming product is tentatively launching on March 1st. That comes live with our customers already. They are testing it out in our product. If anyone watching this video interested to be part of our beta customer to to participate on our S Factory at no cost to you, a beta customer, and validating and contributing to the product growth, please reach out to us. You can reach out to us many different ways by just calling us or just sending email. We will share the email details in the last, but you can reach out to us a lot of different ways in chatbots and other things. So if you are interested to participate on the sfactory.ai as a beta customer to test it out, of course, we welcome all the people to come and do the validations, participate on that. And this is our upcoming product, which comes with inbuilt operational visibility, production monitoring, machine monitoring, and then metrics, especially business metrics on the overall, lean manufacturing efficiency and metrics, related metrics. With that, let's focus more on the platform. And today's context is more like IoT Analytics Studio, right? IoT Analytics Studio is our analytical product that co-located along with our core IoT device management platform, which is IoT platform. So it's two different environment for users. One is the device management. That's where all the devices are getting connected, and primary, that's a predominant foundation platform, right? The core platform. And that platform provides all device management, device related. It's more like a IT or technical team or device management team to manage it. It is more intended for the device management technical team. On the other side of that, we have the data, right? The data collected in our platform that's going through some analytical process, and then that created the analytical studio. Analytical studio is our extension of our platform, the core platform, the device management platform, and where the business users comes into that. So we have clearly separated the business and technical functions, separated as a separate option and a separate way of accessing it. Therefore, business users need not jumping into the technical and trying to understand that. And that's how we created and also the data is more intended for business user to understand the operational performance or energy usage or device usage, device level of detail or environment usage, right? So all of them. So they look at more of a data. So we created that as a studio, as a separate entity, more business user friendly aspect of that, reducing the more technical detail and more like a data detail. That's how we are created. So if you subscribe to our products, you will get, anyone can subscribe, anyone can jump in and create a register and create an account in our IoT platform or the core platform. The core platform, you will get a device and you have a community plan. You can create a community plan, or you can extend your thing. If you want to go to analytics, you have to subscribe to the Analytics Studio. It's not a separate cost. It is more like a bundled as part of our platform cost itself. In fact, it's we Analytics Studio we are offering as a complementary to our device management platform. So anybody subscribe to our startup plan or growth plan, they will obviously get the Analytics Studio by default. And we don't charge anything as additional cost for the Analytics Studio. It's completely complementary to all the subscribers. And that comes with its own dashboard for users can create their own dashboard. They can prioritize their views and things like that. So this is how the product structure. This is very critical to understand because where the IoT comes into picture, device management comes into picture. When you will go into Analytics Studio, it's purely based on how you configure the system. It's purely based on how you configure your environment, what data that you wanted to send it to your analytics engine, and what data you want to see that. Because the device might produce a lot of data, right? So a lot of device performance, the controller information, the sensor information, the frequency information. There are a lot more data that device can produce, but not every data is important to business, right? There are a lot of technical data that device could produce in terms of the sensor and sensor capability, sensor frequency, analog digital values, all the stuff. So business users are your customers, right? They need not worry about how the device is connected, how the device is going through. They only are worried about what the data coming out of that, right? So you can clearly separate it as part of your configuration, what data I wanted to send it to my Analytics Studio. You can filter it out, you can configure it. Only such data will go into Analytics Studio. Only those data will be available for your users, the Analytics Studio user, either business user or customer, where you are exposing. They can only see that data. So it's completely in your control when you are configuring that in the platform. So you have to configure that in the platform side for enabling certain data going through the analytics. It's all completely in the device management side of that. Okay, so what is coming in as part of the Analytics Studio, right? It's number one is the dashboard device, but there is underlying engine, right? There is underlying engine that executes based on that. So number one, the data, right? It's co-located with the platform, and all data, what data that you want to send it to your analytic repository, you can send it to that. So you have a complete control. You can aggregate all your data there in the Analytics Studio, apart from your primary device management. So your data is duplicated or multiplied by two different environment. One is your base data, that raw data that you got from your devices, which is stored in the Fogwing platform. When you filtering and sending a certain type of data, that data alone going into the Analytics Studio and repository stored there itself. So users will not see any difference, and they will be quickly getting the data out of that. Now on top of that, you can set your own dashboard. You can set your own set of mathematical metrics that we have already created. So you can calculate that, and it's a continuous growth platform. We are continuously investing, continuously building more and more metrics, more and more mathematical formulas or algorithms behind that. So you continuously see the improvement as part of the subscription. Every month we have a releases, and every month we are introducing a new feature, functions, or metrics types or calculations as part of our Analytics Studio. So our calculations are applied on the fly. It's not applied pre-built. It's more like on the fly applied. So you can anytime you can change it. Let's take, you are configuring something today to you want to see some kind of account. Tomorrow you want to see a kind of sum, right? You can just go and change your configuration, and it doesn't impact anything on your data because the data is clearly separated from the metrics standpoint, and that metrics are clearly displayed for you, and you can look at that, take a screenshot, or you can export it. More important feature of that is in Analytics Studio is you can allow some third party to come and see their data, and you can even say like, you have two customers. One customer is using device A, another customer is using device B, and you want them to provision your customer to see only the data that they have purchased. You can clearly give the external access to them, and they can come and they can set up their own metrics. They can set up their own view. They can customize it. So all of them are part of the Analytics Studio feature. So without further delay, let's go, take a look at that and how that is appearing here. I hope you can see my screen. Okay, so this is our primary device management portal. So the enterprise.fogwing.net. You can go to our website if you are new to this video and you are watching first time Fogwing. You can go to our website. You don't need to go anywhere. You just click on the get start free, and obviously you'll be landing on that particular page, right? And if you don't have account, you can sign up and create your account. It's immediately getting created. Within 2 minutes, it gets created, and then you will get access details in your email. If you already have account, well and good, you can configure it. For this demo purpose, I have created a account, pre-created account, but I have not configured anything there. So I'm going to walk you through on step by step how do you configure the device, how do you add analytics attributes, how do you send the data to the Analytics Studio, how do you go to the Analytics Studio, how do you customize it. So let's start with this. So as soon as you created the account, so then you can go here. Let me show you account one for demo purpose. I'm logging in, and as soon as you land in the device management portal, you will see a lot of instructions on that in the homepage, like how do you set it up. It's a very simple 4 easy step that you need to follow. You have to create application first. Application is a group of devices, is applications virtually, and you need to create the devices, and you need to create access for the devices. You need to provision that explicitly for the devices, and you can simulate the data. You don't need to build a device to connect. You can simply connect to the simulator. You can send whatever data that you want to send it, and then you can see how the data appearing on your studio. So you don't need to spend time in building the device to connect to here. You can simply simulating your device behavior in the platform itself without even spending time on creating that firmware and hardware and connectivity, all the stuff. So for this quick demo, I don't want to spend too much time on this platform on explaining each features. There is another video which we posted, and of course, every month we are upgrading the product in this platform side also. So every month you will see a new feature added to our platform. So you can go and watch our previous webinars where there is a complete end-to-end demo is created. It's available in YouTube channel. You can look at that. And if you have any questions, you can just reach us to our chat window, and you can get help. And our core engineering team will be answering it and responding to you as soon as possible. So now I wanted to quickly create. Let me take it to applications. So first step is we need to virtually group it together. So I'm creating an application as factory one monitoring. Factory one monitoring. Okay, so this is for environment monitoring. I'm just giving for simple understanding purpose. If you are looking at a complex one, then we have a lot more videos we captured previously, some other demos that shows like a manufacturing process and all. So let's take create it in okay, so we created in Bangalore, not a Bangalore. Okay, anyway, that's fine. So now we have created application, very simple step, right? And then go to edges, and you simply add the edge here. So you need to prepare here yourself before creating edge. Edge is nothing but your device. So we simply call it in our terms as a edge. And eventually we are coming with the edge platform also. So edge components also, SDKs also. There is a pre-built SDKs already available in our GitHub. If you are not aware of that, you can go and explore our GitHub account, where you can see all the edges, edge related SDKs, other things, and pre-build some of the sample programs that you can just download it and use it as it is. You don't need to write it up. This is where you need to configure. You have to have some basic information before you to do that. So let me say that this is a device. This is env device, env device one, and environment device, env monitoring device. So select your application, because you are going to structure it together in application. And you can say, let's take you are using A26's ESP mode. So you can just declare it. You don't need to declare the MAC ID. If you don't have the MAC ID, no need to declare it. But very important, you need to create a UID. This is the unique ID identifier. We are highly ensuring that only unique device connections. We don't want a duplicate data coming from multiple devices. It is not a good practice in IoT. So we strictly follow one device, one connection. So every device that you are declaring has to have a unique connection to avoid the duplication of data, because everything under the application and edges, right? So edge device level. So you need to create a unique ID. And then latitude, longitude, you can, let's take, if you are not sure about this, go to, one second. Okay. Go to Google and then just type GPS or Lati and long. So now if you are Bangalore, I'll just put it Bangalore. Okay, so now you have in, but you still need to go here because sometimes it's not giving correct value. So Lati is 20.79. I take it north. Okay, so I just go and put it here. And then I can take this 150.31. Then take it and put it here. Yeah, you see that it's automatically popping up. If you are not sure about this, it's not coming properly, then you can always you can enter here as a location, submit. That's it. So you have created the edge. Now you see that it's showing as unconnected, right? It's because it's not connected so far until you're creating and connecting it. Now the next one step is to create IoT hub access for this, because you need to provisioning the device to access it. So for that, you need to give access. This is our hub environment where you just simply go. Primarily, it's working on MQTT based. We highly recommend to use MQTT than our APIs or UDP, but you do have other options. But we highly recommend, as an industry standard, we recommend you to use only MQTT for this communication. So I'm going to create one device as Fogwing demo demo 5 as per the account name, demo 5. um, I just put it to remove this just to make sure that it's working properly. Then you can give access to your thing. Now you have creating it. That's it. So you have now created it. Now you can go here. Once you created it, it shows that you have created the access. If you want to know how do I access my MQTT, go here and then you can see your different options. Go to MQTT, you can see your data, your samples. You can see all the access details, all of them. But more important, right? Once you created this, you can go to your simulator. Once after you created the IoT Hub access, you can go to your simulator. You can select your device, right? You can select your device. If you want a sample payload, and you can copy here and paste it there, or if you already have a payload, you can just place it there and then simulating your device behavior. And obviously, we always accept JSON. We don't accept any other format as of now. So you have to make sure that your device is sending in a simple JSON format. Now, very important, if you want to see this feature in your analytics, if you want to see this device and the data in analytics, then you need to go here, right? And you see that there is a small icon called attribute. You have to create attribute. This is where I was talking about, creating an attribute that, creating an attribute is where, you are saying that I'm getting the data in my device, data in my platform. I want to send only these data to my Analytics Studio. Okay. So now you go here in attribute screen, and then you can click on add attribute. So this is what the data that you are getting. This is why we are saying it should be JSON, because it should be easy to understand the attributes. So let's take, you are sending a temperature data. Okay. Simply temperature. Your device is sending only temp, and then you are saying that yes, it's a number data, it's coming from number, and you can declare your minimum maximum. Let's take, I wanted to say that 0 degree, or maybe 0 degree to, I accept only 0 degree to 120 degree Fahrenheit, right? Fahrenheit. So and then, temperature, right? This is how, you wanted to see that you want, what is the name that you want to give for your attribute. Your device may be sending, because device cannot have a longer names, sending attributes, right? So you can send one simple keyword to send it. So but when you are displaying to the users, right, your users, business users, or your customers, they may not understand what is mean by temp. They want to see that what is the real meaning on that, right? So let's put it like a temperature. So this is what I wanted to show to my user that, hey, this data key means this is the attribute name, this is the meaning of that. So they will see the, like a pure text on that. Now you are created the attribute. This is how you are saying, instructing that I wanted to send this particular key from my device data to my Analytics Studio. Declare it. Now you have created your temp. Okay, so now you have created everything here. You have created a device, you have created the access for your device, and you have also created the attributes. Now you have a 3 steps, you have completed it. Now it's a time to test it out. Now go to simulator, because I'm taking the same example here for easy understanding for all of you. You can bring any different complex JSON structure. You take it and type it here. So now here, remember that your key declaration is temp. So you need to make sure that you have a temp properly. Then only it will identify in the analytics. You cannot declare a different key and then expecting a different output in Analytics Studio. So it has to be exactly matching with the key. So the key is temp. So I have declared it, and then I have simulated. So now this has been published. How do I know that it's published? Go to storage here. There is a data management section. Go to storage. Look at that. You see the data. It's already published here. So it's instantly coming the data. Any device you are sending, instantly it appears here. Now you can also verify that whether the data is coming properly. Yes, I have sent this data and I see the keyword of temp. That's it. So you are simulated that your device is sending data and other things, you can look at that. There are data rules, other things. You can watch that in our other videos where we have explicitly, showing demo on how to configure the data rules, how to send alerts, all of them. Now it's a time to look at analytics. And more important, you should be a subscriber. Okay, so if you are seeing here a button as upgrade, that means you are in a community plan, you may not have access to Analytics Studio. You have to be a subscriber to get access to the Analytics Studio. But here it is, the Analytics Studio. From there you can navigate or you can directly access that. As I said earlier, it's a separate UI and UI portal. It's separated because we want a business user to see that separately. They don't want to go to the device platform and accessing data there. So this is a separate access for them. Now in here, you can just use the same tenant, because I created an account, right? I created as a admin account. So I'm going with admin account, but you can also create customer account and you can also access it. I will show you on how to do that. So Fogwing demo file at .com. Okay, so this is the first time as a user you log in. Now you see that your dashboard, you are landing in dashboard, but nothing is here. Everything is displaying as a raw. You don't see anything here. You see only your domain name, whatever your company name you have declared it. That's what you see here. And then you see a blank card. So here is that this vary from user to user. Every user will see that the first time. They will see the dashboard as an empty dashboard, because it's a users can go and configure their own parameters there. So they can configure their own parameters. There are different parameters metrics. It's based on users' preferences, any user, including your customers. Now I have to set it up first time, right? So I have to go and set it up first time. So let me go here, go to the settings, and then I select first one, right? First one I wanted to see like, hey, is my device is connected? Am I getting live data? So let's take, I want to see that connected devices. So save it, and then done. Yeah. Now it shows that I have created a device. I have connected the device through my simulator. Now I have showing that I have connected with the one device. The second card, you can pick and choose. Every card, have a different options. So now you can see that, the first card or second card, you can see that today's critical alert that you want to define it, or warning alert, you want to see that in this dashboard. What is it you want to see that? Or you want to see a specific device data, right? You can select critical or, critical or not, or you can select a connected device, or you can select a disconnected device as, or no, I don't want to see that. I want to select a particular device. You see that my device is displaying here. And then when I select it, you see the attribute. This is what I declared there in the device platform, device management console, that I wanted to send the temperature attribute to the Analytics Studio. Only if you declare that, that data will come. Otherwise, if you are not declaring attribute, nothing will come to analytics. You will not see any options here. So now you need to select that if you want to see that. But I'm not going to do that one. I wanted to do a critical alerts. Okay, so critical alerts is my option here. So I wanted to show you critical alerts in my second one. So as of now, I have done articles. What is a critical alerts? These alerts are triggered by the data rules. If you declare a data rules, these alerts will come. Now, third one is like a third card is longer card. It shows like a lot of metrics. So you see that different attributes here. So I wanted to say the last 7 days alerts that I want to see that. You need to define it. And then you just declare it. Now, since there is no alert, it's not showing any data. So maybe I should say here, I want to show here instead of my alerts, because I don't have any alerts. So I wanted to simulate you the device and then the attribute. Now you see that more options that you have that, like metrics. If you're not declaring any metrics, then by default it goes into it goes into like average, minimum, maximum. This is a default metrics. Anything we go that you have an average, minimum, maximum to based on the count. But you see that you can also go and check that again, and you can see here the average, minimum, maximum. You have a set of options here. You can say that I want to count my number of data that are the parameter attributes. I want to do a sum. I want to do a sum of them in a line chart. or a bar chart. So you can select any chart, any type, and any metrics, or this the metrics that are available here. This is where we are keep on adding. Every release we are adding a new metrics here. So every releases you can see a more and more improvement. If you are not seeing some of the metrics here, please pass your feedback and comment to us in our support system or other chat windows, so we can prioritize that. So you are the customer, you are we are valuing your inputs. Your inputs are going to drive the product features, so we want your feedback. And if you think that something is missing, we will definitely prioritize that and then release it as a subsequent releases. So now I'm going with the default one here. Now similarly, you can also configure each screen. Let me quickly do that so that I'm not boring your time. Like I'm going here. I wanted to show like median value. Okay, so in a line chart, save, close it. And then, oh, this is very important things in the bottom. Here you see the map view. So I just simply click. I recommend all of you to configure map view, so you can see where your device is available. I think it's showing somewhere. I think I put a latitude, longitude, wrong latitude, longitude. That's why it's showing in some other places. Then save it here. Okay, so then you are seeing the data also. You can also see the data. You click on this, you will see the data here. Here we will only bring the data that you are declared in the attribute. So any user, they want to see the data, actual data, they can see the data also here. So this is how you configure your dashboard. Now, not only the dashboard, right? You have configured your dashboard. Now, every time you log in, you will see this dashboard, right? Every time your new data is coming, you will see that this dashboard. So let me go here. And then again, one more time, I'm simulating one more data. Maybe I will change this into not only the temperature. Okay, now temperature is there. I also want to send humidity. Okay, so but I'm declaring this as a humidity, right? Humidity. And then I have a different value just to show you value difference. And then humidity, I'm saying 45, and then remaining things I keep it open. I don't want to change anything here. And then I choose the device, and then I simulate it. Okay, now I have published the second one. But since we have declared only a temperature attribute, we may not see the humidity attribute here. Even though I'm sending different parameters, I may not able to see that here, correct? So then what you have to do that, you have to go here. Let me cross check that one more time. So this is available here. And then I'm seeing that, humidity is coming like a hum. I'm going here. And then I wanted to add that attributes into this list. In my attributes already, I have a temperature. I want to add humidity also, and then choose a number. Humidity value is in percentage. The unit of measure, I'm saying that 0 to 100. Okay, so just declare it. And then I'm saying that here humidity. Yes, I want to say it in the humidity. Okay, now I declared that also. Okay, so now we have declared this second attribute. Now you can come here. Now I will go to subsequent pages. Okay, now we will come back in the dashboard later. I will go to the subsequent pages, quickly walk you through. Now go to analysis screens. Okay, so now I declared temperature. The humidity data will also come slowly. It takes 2 minutes for populating the data from your device to the Analytics Studio. It will take 2 minutes time to interval to add it. But right now, you are seeing the temperature, right? So now you click on that, you go deeper, like, what is the data is coming. It's already pre-calculated with average, minimum, maximum of last 24 hours, 7 days, 12 months. You can look at all the data in a different timeline. You don't need to change anything. You can compare it. Oh, what was it last month? Oh, why suddenly it's increasing in this last 7 days? So all that's kind of a data. I will show you a complete working version because this is a new account created. This account, has a new data, so you may not see a huge difference. But I will show you one existing account that we have huge data. I will show you how that will appearing after data is populated. So now you can also see the humidity here. You see that humidity data is also coming. You can swap here itself from temperature data to humidity data to see the different metrics on that. I mean different parameter. You want to change it, yeah, you can still change it here. You can go to settings. You don't want a count, you want standard deviation, and then just apply that. So if the standard deviation is applicable, it will come, otherwise it will not come. So that means it's not applicable, so I'm going to change it. No, it's not the right one. I will change it to the variance again. It has to be have multiple data to calculate it. So that means it's not a correct metrics here. So let me go and put it as a count. Now see that it's coming like count. So the count is basically counting the number of times it happens, the event happens. This is very useful if you are using for door open and close parameters. You can use a count. So depending upon the data, that you have to do a different calculation. It may be a count for some data, it may be a sum for some data, it may be a standard deviation or median value for some data. Depending upon what data that you are sending to the analytics, you can apply a different mathematical metrics, or applying the formulas, and then you can get the value out of that from the data, from the raw data. So all your data are, it's all on the fly, it's happening. It's not pre-configured or anything. You can change anytime. You can come and change the settings. Today you have a sum, tomorrow you want to change it to count, you can change it all of them together. And then this is a just a deeper dive into that, but we still have a lot more, right? So you can change it, and you can come and look at different values here. And you wanted to see the data, you can go down all the way down. You can see the data is also here, that you have created the data, and you can see that. And if you want to go further deeper, okay, I will talk about that in a few minutes. If you want to go further deeper, you go to the data explorer. So data explorer is something, you wanted to say, you want to see a specific interval time of data, and you want to compare the data between two different devices. You can do it that here. So here, since I have only one device, I'm not able to show the full one. But let me show you here. Okay, so let me take I'm taking some data, and then only one device is there, but you can choose any number of devices here, and then you can take a temperature attribute, and you can query that, and you see the trend here. So this is showing simple graph. I will show you one live data that is extensive graph on that. But you can, it's purely based on how much data that you are showing here. And then you can also see that one, like um, different values. You can see that I think here it's only one dot is there, like 45. That's the only value is there, only one record we send it. So that's why this graph is not coming properly. But I will show you that in other screens and how that is appearing. Now on the control, okay, so this is on the data explorer. In the data explorer, you can also export the data. Let's take, you wanted to export a particular data from a particular window, from this state to this state. You wanted to export this data, this attribute. You want to export it. You can search it first, and then you can say that, hey, I want to export it. It's just importing as a CSV file for you. You can save it in your local repository. You can use it for in your purpose. So any user can also download the data from here. They can query the data, they can explore the data, they can also comment. And then if you want to display it in the control panel, like a common display place, then you need to go to the control panel. Control panel is nothing but a live view. Here you can declare that I wanted to display multiple device data here. Save. It's create a card for you. Let me refresh this. Okay, you created a card for you. Now you can see this one data is coming, right? I can add another attribute. Let's take, I wanted to add a humidity also here. Save. Now you see that. Now the purpose of this is to display in a larger windows, like screens, full screens. So you can just put it in a full screen, and it refresh by itself. The screen refresh by itself as the live data is coming. So you don't need to go and refresh it. If you put it in a large TV or display systems, you can just load it there, and it will automatically get updated as and when the data is coming and updating here. So you have a live data, live view of the data at real time, without refreshing and doing things. This is very useful for large displays where you want to show that. And then data rules. User can also create a data rules. Business user can also create a data rules. You can go and create a data rules here. Like similar to what we do in Fogwing device platform, where you can create a data rules, send an alert. Similarly, user can create a data rules, send an alert to any number, any type, any devices themselves. So this access is available for all of them. So you choose the device, and then it shows you the attributes that you already passing to temp here in the Analytics Studio. Select it, and then let's take, I wanted to send the alert greater than 100 degree. Then I want to send a warning alert or critical alert, whatever you want to send it. Configure your email ID here, and then you save it. Then your alerts are configured. Okay, so that's how you can save your rules, and then that creating alerts. You can even send SMS. If you are a subscribed customer, you can even send SMS alerts to you. And there is a limitation on the SMS. The number of counts are not limited for every customer, so please careful on that. If you burn out the SMS count that allocated to you, then you will not have that option available after that. You have a device screen where you can go to the device view. So you see that the device is live. This device is already connected. It shows the status and connected. It also shows that if you are added any guest users to this device. Right now I have not added any guest users, but you can see that device status. Now you click on the device, that will take you to the device, to the analysis page, where you can also go deeper and look at that. So you can come in either way. Either you can look at the data from the device view, or you can look at the data from the dashboard to analysis page view. If you want to see that in the map view, you can also see that in the map view. I think I created in the wrong place. That's why it's creating some remote place. It's not coming properly because it's in a remote place or something like that. I think I will show you another screen that should come properly. Now you have a guest account. The guest account is something, as I said, your customer. You can expose this to your customer. You can create a guest account for your customer. And when you're creating a guest account, you just say that number of devices that they have allowed to see that. Let's take one device they want to see that, and you can choose a device. And also you wanted to give them a user management, which means that you are giving some customer access, and they are creating their own user group, and they want to give multiple users to access the system. They can also provision it. If you enable this, they can create it. Otherwise they cannot create it. They can be a only one user basis. So you can create it, and then you can add a users also here. So you can also add a users. Right now it's only one user already displayed here as admin user. You can add a users. Now, if you are creating data rules, if you're creating alerts, if you're receiving alerts, you want to know that, right? So now go to the notifications page, where you can see all different alerts are coming. Not only that, if you get alerts, you can also see that quick view from your dashboard. If you go to your dashboard, and then you can see this here. You can, if you have alerts, you can also see the alerts here. Or you can, if you want to go detail level of or seeing all different alerts, you can see the alerts here and searching all the stuff. So all of the functions are there in the Analytics Studio. Now, since it's a new account, I don't have any data here. I have only two data that I have simulated here. So you are not able to see the fully working functionality of that, because it's a new account, right? The analytics works better when you're adding more and more data. The more data coming in, the better visibility and metrics that you get it. If you have only limited data, like one or two data, you may not really see any value out of that. So the more data you are pumping into the Analytics Studio will show you more and more metrics and more insights about that we talked about. So now I will take you to one other system, one other account, where we have a lot of data. Okay, so just to show you the full view of that, on how that will display once we added a lot of data on that. This account is our existing data that loading data from our environment. So we have a live data coming from a couple of environment. So where you can go and see that. Okay, so now you can see here, this shows little more different, right? So I have created a power. What is the power usage? I have also created the current flow right now, current flow, all the stuff. So this is more like a current data that we are showing. And then you can also see the map view. One device is connected and one device is not connected. And then you also see the data last, priority last 30 days data, that it's a maximum of 500 records. So you can see up to 500 records here. If you want to open that, you can open that and see the data also, what data is coming here. So now This is our live data. So you can also, change this. So let's go here and then say that, I wanted to see that clear all. I want to show the connected devices, save it. That's it. So now it's showing that. Now, yeah, so we are curious more about the notification, right? So there is no notification in this account as of now, because no alerts today. But at least, you can go and see that data, right? Now you see that, all different parameters coming. So we have configured two devices, so each device will be displaying here. You can swapping between the device. You see that, the environment data is coming, and then the energy data is also coming. So there are two type of data, but energy data is more up to date. So sorry, environment, yeah, energy data is more up to date. Let's take, the power of that. Now you can see that different metrics are here. It's showing a full view of the consumption, or the power flow and the usage on that. To show you a full view of this, I go here and then I change this to, bar chart is not giving full detail. So like, you see that now you can see here last days the trend of that, how much is my peak hours of power consumption and lower power consumption in between, how that is flowing for the last 30 days. Not only that, you can change it even here also. If I go here, change count, but average usage lineup, or maybe it's not showing. Yeah, you see that it's changing that. So anything you can change it here, you can show it here, and then you can also, look at the data in a different dimension, different views that meaningful to you depending upon your data. It's a complete free platform, free way of doing that. So you can configure anything here. Before we go to that, the last step, I will show you the Data Explorer, the power of Data Explorer. So now if we go here, I'm selecting, let's take, last 4 5 days, and then I'm selecting the energy monitoring. I wanted to show the power. Now you see that the full graph is coming in the Explorer. So that shows like, the ups and downs usage of the data, and at a different time. Not doing that, you can go and look at that detail. If you want to see that, you can simply click on this portion. It will expand it. It will show you there what is the usage on that. Even further, if you want to see that, you can still see that, what is the flow of that. Or you can reset, come back to the home screen, home view, right? You have a complete drilling down from the graph, like a deep dive into that. You can just select this portion, you can see that, or this portion, I want to see that. Okay, this is how the trend is changing. So you can compare, you can come up with your own graphs, and you can look at the data at different time, spending time in understanding this graphical view of the data. But also you have all the data coming in the down. So you can also search data. Let's take, sometimes I want to see that 700 plus, anything 700 plus. Yeah, so you see that, anything in 7. So you can create like a different query that and then see the data. So that's how, you can use a device. And I think here we have a lot of users, admin users, and then you have guest users, all of that. With that, I think we also have the data rules in this account. So now you have freedom to go and play with that and see how you are utilizing the product, how you can create your own reports, metrics, and things like that. If you have any questions, ping us, send a support request to us. You can, create a support. You can go here, you can see the support, click on support, you can create a support ticket to us, or you can reach us to the chat window. Our engineers will be addressing your questions. With that, we are in the end of the session. I think we are a little bit overrunning the time. Sorry about that. Any questions? No, please shoot your questions.
Yes, Ari, I have already have some questions.
Mhm.
So the first question is, how long my data will be there in the Analytics Studio?
So there is no time limit or anything like that. There is no expiry date or anything like that. So as long as you are a subscriber, you have access to the Analytics Studio and your data is there. You can export, import. But right now we don't limiting any data. You may not be seeing, depending upon the metrics that you are seeing that, you can query the data. Even if you can query a 1 year back data into our Explorer, go to our Data Explorer and you can query the data if you have a more than a year account and you have a lot of data in that. So there is no timeline or anything like that, we will not remove any data from there. You can export the data if you want to securely save your data.
Thank you, Hari. And I have one more question. How can I add some predictions in analytics?
So the predictions, right now the predictions are more like data. So to do the prediction, you need a data, right? You need to pump a lot of data. As of now, the platform is right now pumping a lot of data, and then we are getting a lot of metrics. We are recommending to use machine learning based prediction, not like simple predictions. So it doesn't make sense. Machine learning based predictions, we are working on that. The learnings are happening, but it will take time to see the value out of that. So you let's take, you are pumping a data for 3 months period. Then after that, your predictions will show in our reports. So right now it is more like, you have to load the data. The more data you load, the more better analytics comes in, better metrics comes in, also better predictions comes in, because the prediction happens, accuracy will increase only if you increase the data there. So it will take some time for you to realize the prediction. But if you have a more than a month or more than 3 months data, probably you can start seeing some trends in the Explorer page.
Thank you, Hari. One more question. Is there any way to pull data?
Yes, you can export the data, and also in our platform there is a API provided. So there is a Data Explorer API or Data Export API. You can go there. I will show you the API once again. I think probably I can quickly show the API location. Go to our device management side. Um, Go to our device management, go to our API interface. If you click on that, you will see the two type of interface. One is for IoT Hub access. You can also send your device data through APIs, and you can also explore your data or export your data from, extract the data from our storage. Click on that, it will show you the Swagger path, where you can see all the metrics. I mean, the pathway to access it. There is a separate documentation also available in our documentation page, like a docs.fogwing.io. Yeah, you go here, you have a lot of instruction here on how to use our platform. So complete documentation is available. But the better way to do that is, to go to the API, and then you can run your API call and extract the data as and when you want it. How frequently you want to do that, or how on a, or real time you want to do that, you can do that. So you have complete data, you can export, you can extract it through APIs, or you can also extract it through the export option. But the export option is more manual, but you want to automatically extract the data out of this, you can use the APIs to extract it.
Thank you, Hari. So,
Any
guys,
other
any more
question?
questions?
If no other question, we can wind up this webinar. So I think it's already over, and I
Guys, if there's no question, I think we are going to wind up the webinar.
yeah. If you have questions at later point, you can reach out to many different ways to us. As we said, you can send an email to us. You can ping us in the chat window, chat bot window, either in our website or in our platform. Or you can, so if you are a subscriber, you can support a ticket. So there are different ways to reach out. If you have any questions in future, please shoot an email to us or feel free to reach us. We will happy to answer it.
Okay. Thank you once again, guys. Thank you for joining the webinar. And the recorded version of this webinar will be available on our YouTube channel for reference. And we will connect with you again next month. Thank you so much. Have a great
Thank you
day.
all. Have a good day.